there's one on Twitter that I'm very interested in your take on.
Is it by Jordan K?
Yes,
Yeah,
we're looking at the same one.
I'm gonna read.
Yeah, read it.
Jordan K says, Asian culture is overplaying its hand in American entertainment. There will be a swing to aggressive Stallone Schwarzenegger muscle Americanism within a generation. I
don't know. That's such a fascinating observation.
I disagree in a half sense.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say overplaying. I think they're just playing into the capitalism of this product is selling really well and
Right.
there's money to be made here. And like, think about how big of a cultural export this is. Like, even
Right.
think about like Nintendo and how their biggest audience is the United States.
Right.
Outside, like even like more so than Japan. And that's where they're based. So I think it's more we as the West dropped the ball and then Asia came in and filled the void. And now it's honestly much harder for any American thing to get off the ground, because why would I want to trust American media that has failed me for the last 10 years when I can look at My Hero, Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, like there's all of these other like Zelda, Xenoblade, Mario Kart, like why, like, and even on the Nintendo front, like I didn't know Nintendo was Japanese till I was like 12.
Right.
Like, because Nintendo doesn't necessarily present itself as Japanese as anime does.
Also, when you're a kid, you don't care.
Yeah, you don't care.
You just want to play a fun game. Like, yeah, I think this is so interesting because we do see that Eastern culture playing into a lot of our culture now. Like, we want to do the K-pop thing. We want to do the Japanese street fashion thing. We want to do the, all this stuff. And I think what a really, really big, and this is leading into a much larger topic that I'm not smart enough to address. I don't have the information, but I think that we have the American culture almost sees the Japanese culture as so innovative and so much of a return to form to what we want, to the American dream.
Yep.
And like the nuclear family model. And I think that in a weird way, we've put that on a pedestal in a way that we're like, oh, this country's doing it better, so we should just do that.
Yeah.
And that's really hard.
Instead of doing our own thing, we're just trying to copy Japan because they're doing what works. I mean, look, you get like, they're doing a cyberpunk anime. They're doing a Suicide Squad anime. Every time I walk into Books A Million, there's a new like Western IP slapped on a manga. I've talked about this in a video before. The Western mind is so entrapped in capitalism and copying instead of just like innovating that every movie has an anime inspired art style. Every TV show has an anime inspired art style and fight scenes. Like, you just like look at the best example I have of this off the top of my head is like the TMNT CGI animated cartoon that was much more Western. Look at like Mutant Mayhem or the TV show on Netflix, The Rise of the TMNT, right? Both shows that are a lot more expressive in their animation, a lot more fluid and dynamic fights. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying what happened between those two shows, anime got really popular really quick.
You also have to understand kind of what you were putting on, kind of what you were leaning on earlier, it was like when Western culture and Western media failed, Eastern media did not.
Right.
And so like we are still in this dark valley of like, we haven't gotten a good Pixar movie in years. Like, I wouldn't have to go watch an anime movie for good animated content if Pixar got their act together.
Yeah. 100%.
But it's kind of like, I don't think that's necessarily that Asian culture is overplaying its hand in American entertainment. I would argue that American entertainment is letting Asian culture put their hand in.
Which is why you see so many companies like Netflix trying to get into the anime sphere. You see Disney trying to pull anime and like do Star Wars anime and stuff instead of just making something new. Because instead of trying to innovate and do something new, they're just trying to jump in on the cash cow. And I think that's going to make it oversaturated and it's going to ruin it. Which is what I've talked about in videos before.
Think about like Invincible, where it's like that's like Amazon made that show, but is it an anime where it's like, well, no, it's made by an American studio.
And the problem is, here's another thing, is like, this is what I'll say, and then I'll move on to the next one. Anime looks different, right? My Hero looks different from Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer looks different from Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan looks different from Love is War, like so on and so forth. Invincible looks like Voltron. Voltron looks like My Adventures of Superman. My Adventures of Superman looks like Avatar. Avatar looks like The Dragon Prince. The Dragon Prince looks like, well, that one's a little unique, so I'll give it a pass. But like, and now we're shifting into like, Arcane did something new and interesting, and now everything looks like Arcane. Spider-Verse like did something interesting. Mm-hmm. Now everything looks like Spider-Verse, which was my one like praise with K-pop Demon Hunters, is you can tell because it's a Sony movie where they took their inspiration from Spider-Verse and where they can pull from anime, but they still did their own thing with it, and it wasn't this is the Spider-Verse animation style because that's what's popular. And you see it a lot with Pixar. Like you see with like all the Disney movies, they all have the same like stupid bean mouth Grubhub looking ad style.
Oh my gosh. Freaking okay, it's like back in the day you could get Cars, Ratatouille, The Incredibles, WALL-E. Like none of these movies look the same.
Nope.
At all. And now it's like Luca Turning Red looks like Luca. Luca looks like Soul. Soul kind of looks like Elio. Elio looks like Hoppers. Like what happened? Like we're all doing the same thing.
We're losing the individuality.
We're losing, and so anyway, that was such, I would say, agree asterisks on the original take.
Yeah.
Like
that's a good one though.
But my question is like, will we gain the self-awareness to switch to the Stallone Schwarzenegger muscle Americanism? Probably not. I don't think we will, because the history shows we're not gonna, because we're can't see past our nose as America. So anyway, that was such a crazy
that was such a good one.
That was such a smart take. Like that was so thoughtful. So wonderful work, Jordan K. This is why you're Twitter verified. That's what I'm saying.